Welcome back. Let's talk about East Queen Anne, the 98109, because it's right next to my area and I wanted to cover it because it's your neighborhood and it could be mine also. So let's just jump in and thank you for joining me. So if you're new to my channel, I cover a lot of the areas in towns, cities, markets outside of the greater Seattle area. And then also I do a hyper look into the zip codes of Seattle. Specifically because I want to get very local because Seattle's such a big market and it gets kind of lost in translation. I want to give you an idea where Queen Anne is, let alone East Queen Anne. East Queen Anne is located right next to the Space Needle. It's actually inside the Seattle Space Needle. It's inside of East Queen Anne. But there's East and West Queen Anne. There's also Lower Queen Anne, which we also call Uptown now. Because all the naming conventions are kind of weird. And also, I want to point out Tiger's in here. Tiger is one of my favorite Chinese fusion places that I love their food. But I want to give you an idea of where Queen Anne is. It's right next to I-5 in the Seattle corridor as well. So now that you kind of have an idea where it is, let's talk about the actual demographics of Queen Anne. So there's 34,000 people that live inside of this side of Queen Anne. And again, this is the east side of Queen Anne. The average home in this area, the average household income in this area is $111,000 a month. And there's 22,000 homes, housing units inside of this area. So that's people that are actually living there in individual doors. There's a family behind each door, and there's roughly 22,000 of them. But also, like I said, the population is 34,000, and I want to get into the specifics of the actual market numbers now. So if you come to me and you say, hey, Victor, I want to buy a house on the east side of the Queen Anne Hill, I'd say, great. Right now, there is 70 homes available for purchase as of last night when I pulled these numbers. And our average home is $1.1 million. It's been on the market for 83 days. It's 2 beds, 2 bath, and about 1,600 square feet, just so you have a general clue what it looks like. You might say, hey, you know, that sounds kind of expensive, or I want to actually get into the market history of that, and you want to see what the trends are. Well, great. You know, let's actually get into it. So if you bought a house in October of 2020, and this is very important because this is a 4-year trend, and that house was 1,500 square feet. And like I said, it's 2 beds and 2 bath. What it would cost you at that time is $864,000 on average. This does not take into account, you know, if it's a condo or a single family or the condition or anything like that. This is just general market numbers for you. But it would be roughly $864,000. If you bought that same house 1 year later in October 2021, it would be $986,000, so about $120,000 more, which is a 14% increase. That's actually on par with Magnolia as well, because I just did the numbers for that, and that also had a 14% increase from 2020 to 2021. That's a very large increase on the home prices. Now, there was a decrease the last 2 years. In October 2022. It actually went down 2% to the affordable $967,000. And then it actually just went down another $8,000 from this year to last year. And that is to $960,000. Now, if you want to compare the sales data, the actual volume of sales that were done, in 2020, there was 43 homes sold in October. In 2021, there was 40. So it went down just 3. Well, it got halved from 2022 to 2023, as well as 2021 to 2022. So it went 43, 40, 17. And then last year, it went down to 22. So it sounds like a lot of numbers, but what you're seeing in this area is it's actually about half of the sales activity that we're seeing in this area. Not only that, but the house prices are staying roughly the same. So they're keeping their value just a little bit, but they are getting to the point of unaffordability. Because when we get into the mortgage side of things, if you want to buy a house right now for $970,000, and again, I'm not a mortgage guy, but I want to give you some rough numbers for you. The rough numbers is going to be about $7,000 a month to buy this house. Now, if you're going to turn around and rent that, same 2 bedroom, 2 bath inside this area from a private single family, what it's going to be is roughly $5,000 a month. So it's $2,000 more to buy now than it is to rent in this area. Not only that, if you go half a mile to the west, you're going to be able to rent a house for sizably different, and it's going to be only $2,000 to $2,500 a month. I want to thank you guys for this kind of stuff because I want to give you an idea of what's available in this market on a hyper local focus. Because I cover the area, I cover Washington, I cover Kirkland, Kenmore, Queen Anne, Puyallup, Tacoma, but I also want to look into your individual neighborhoods because you might have questions on it. Also, you can use one of my tools, and I'm going to make it available for you. But it's victorashley.com. You can use your address, just put it in there, or your neighborhood, your zip code, and it's going to give you a quick market report and all the available listings in there, because this is a direct link to the MLS, and be happy to find you there. Or you can just meet me on this. You can get more acquainted with who is this guy that's talking to you on YouTube right now. As always, it was a pleasure working with you today. I really hope that you have a fantastic day, and thank you.